제가 Nate the Great and the Stolen Base 책을 읽어드릴 건데요. 그럼 한번 시작해볼까요? Nate the Great and the Stolen Base by Milton Werman. Shortman erased by Mark Sharpman. Nate the Great. I'm a detective. Sometimes I'm a baseball player. This morning I was a detective and a baseball player. My dog large and I went to the field. I had to practice batting and running and fielding. I belong to a team. Roseman Rangers. Roseman, Annie, Harry, Oliver, Adela, carried Fluffy and Pop Flip belong to. They are at the field. Roseman, 4 cats were there. They were team mascots. Annie's dog Fang was there. Fang is not on the team. He is mascot. Fang should be stayed home. Roseman came up with me. We can't practice today, she said. Somebody stolen second base. We can get another second base. I bent down and picked up a big stone, a stone for second base. As Roseman says, not while I'm a coach. Everyone use stone. Roseman Ranger do not. Roseman is a strange coach. There's no pride. Roseman is a strange person. She says when we play basketball, I bring first base, Oliver brings second base, and Annie brings third base. Roseman held up a large tuna fish can. Here is today's first base. Nobody stolen it. Annie held up a large dog bone. Here is today's third base, she said. Nobody ate it. Fang and Sludge sniffed it. Oliver says, I was going to bring the same base I brought yesterday, but somebody stole it. It was the best. Nate the Great did not think the Oliver second base was the best. It was an octopus made of a gloopy purple plastic. Oliver plucked his ear. He saved up a real octopus. He needed a detective to find my second base. He said, make another octopus. I said. Oliver was mad. Do you think this means easy to make this long curly yarn? He said. Besides, that was my good luck octopus. Very well, Nate the Great. We'll take the case. I knew Oliver octopus looks like it has 8 long curly arms. It looks oily and slimy. Where do you keep your octopus? I asked on my bookcase. Oliver said, but when I went to get it this morning, it wasn't there. We must go to your house, I said. I wrote a note to my mother. Dear mother, I'm on a case. Lewin got a case. I'm a ruined case. I will be tracked. Love, the Nate the Great. I left my note at my house Lancelot and Oliver and I went to the Oliver's house. He lives my next door. He will take us to his room. I saw his bookcase. It was full of books. So far so good, but it's buried in the corner between the wall. And a stewed tank of eel and top of the mist was covered with a baseball things, card glove, ball bat. I have got so many stuff on my bookcase. There's some of falls onto the floor, Oliver said, but I picked right up. This is a real mess, I said. 여기 이어 있는 거야. 네 마리. 이것도 모자. 다음 페이지로 넘어갈게요. Your octopus must be hidden under something on top of your bookcase. I need to get moving, piling, and sorting. Flordy sniffed. I have just found something important, I said. What? Oliver said. Ask. A telephone. It was hiding under 2 basketball gloves, and the cord is still hiding. The cord goes down the block of the bookcase. The plug into the wall, Oliver says, is boring. But telephone is nice. I like to call people. I know what I said. Oliver is the pest. He knows people. He calls people. At last, I said, I do not see octopus on your bookcase, so you can find either. Oliver says, and it's only one place to look. I said, on each other. I look and Oliver, you can't. Your octopus is not falling there, I said, but it's well down one side of your bookcase. But my bookcase is squeezed between each tank one side and the wall to other. Oliver says, I need a flashlight. Oliver gives me a flashlight and flips the light down. Both sides of the bookcase. The octopus did not slip through, I said. So you still goes. Oliver said, no, there is no more place to lurk. Pipette, your octopus fell down the block of the bookcase. But you can't get back there. Oliver says, no problem. I need to peel over the top. I learned forward. Ouch! I bumped my head. The wall in the way. I said, I can see down scratch over flat on the floor and in front of the bookcase. Now what are you doing? Oliver asked. I am flashing the flashlight towards the floor at the back of your bookcase. I said, I need to wait, saw something. I reached for it and I pulled it out. It was not there on purpose. It was a baseball card. So that's where my Baby Rush card went. Oliver said, I need to say the octopus did not fall down your bookcase. I walked around the room. I looked hard. I do not see the octopus. We're in this room. I said, when was the last time you saw it? Oliver said, I am not sure. When I got home from the game yesterday, I pulled it out of my pocket. I dumped it on my bookcase with my other baseball stuff. Then what? Then I use my telephone. I call everybody I know. I believe it, I said. Then I went out and followed people for the rest of the day. I believe that too, I said. What did you do last night? I slept, Oliver says. I need to wait getting now here. Nowhere here, Oliver says. This morning, when I to get my rocket office, I couldn't find it. Had anyone else been in this room? I asked. Only my ears, Oliver says. Then I need to wait. Must go out and look for clues. I'll follow you, Oliver says. Stay by your telephone, I said. So then I went back. But there is a clue here. I saw Roseman standing under a tree with her cat. I just tossed my ball met into the air, she says, but it came down on the branch of the tree. There. Look up. I saw them on a branch. My cat can go up and shake it down, Roseman says. My cats are smart. If Oliver's octopus wasn't made of plastic, they could find it. An octopus is something like a tuna fish, isn't it? I need the way did not want to think about that. I walked over to their second base. Had been kicked the dirt around. I saw something long and curly and oddly and slimy looking. It was one arm to Oliver Octopus. Oliver Octopus has 8 arms. I had to find one. I just saw one edge of the case. Look for more octopus arms, I said to Sludge. Sludge and I walked around the field. The Sludge ran ahead. He snapped and he stopped. He ran me another octopus arm. Good work, Sludge, I said. We kept looking, but we cannot find any more octopus arms. Sludge and I went home. We had to think about the case. I made penguins for myself. I give it to Sludge a boon. We are looking for a purple plastic octopus with 6 arms, or maybe less. Then Oliver took the octopus home from the last day. He dumped everything on her bookcase. He did not know that 2 arms were missing. Did else didn't know it? I went to the telephone. I called Oliver. He answered right away. Who did you follow before you went home from yesterday's game? Asked Annie, he said. And your octopus were in your pocket? Right. Oliver says. Thank you, I said. I hung up. We must go Annie's house, I said to Sludge. And you're sitting in front with Fang. I am looking for octopus arm, I said. I looked at Fang. I did not want to do that, but your dog will eat almost anything, I said. Look, second base. Why would he eat Gloopy's purple plastic? And he said, he healed up a dog bone. This is third base. And Fang didn't eat it. I am very proud of him. Fang wagged his tail, but Fang isn't perfect, and he said, that was no surprise to me, Nate the Great. Nate the Great, Fang stopped wagging. And he says, when Oliver followed me after the last game, Fang followed Oliver. I think Fang's vanished. Some of the octopus from Oliver's pocket. Ugh, I said. So second base was stolen after all. Fan only took one octopus arm and he said, and here it is. And he handed a very dirty octopus arm to me. I just found his entirely my yard. He says, fingers putting it in there. Did it, Oliver? See the snatch? I asked. No, and he says, he's too busy following me. So Oliver's octopus is missing 3 arms, maybe more. And octopus doesn't know it. I said goodbye to Annie. This case is as good as Slurp. I said to Slurp, and we need to find a newborn octopus arm. We went to Oliver's house. Oliver was talking on the telephone. Oliver kept talking. I knew what must do. Get down on the floor, reach under the bookcase, and bang the telephone from the wall. But I had looked under the before for the octopus. I did not see the plug of the cord. I must have been too high up. I think of the flipping hang up. I shouted. It worked. Oliver, hang up. Held up to the octopus arm. I need the great found these. These teeth are in good shape. But octopus is not. I knew that, Oliver says. I brought it home. I saw that I had a 5-arm octopus instead of one of these 8-arm. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. Oliver smiled. That difference that made to an octopus. 5-arm penny. It is made a big difference. To me, Nate the Great, I said. Then I still have to find mostly together octopus. Right, Oliver says. I said, I need to wait have the stock out, but I will be back. Lord and I went to the field. Woodwind and her cat were gone. Humid was gone. From the tree I sat down on a log. Flirty sat beside me. I thought about the case. I had to find a telephone, a baseball card, and an octopus arm. None of this match, or did they? I looked up the tree. There were Rosamond Mitt Hefty stock. I thought about the telephone again and the octopus arm. These are long, curly arms, and I knew where the octopus had to be. So then I ran back to the Oliver's house. Oliver was talking on the telephone. I started to pull his bookcase away from the wall. Oliver was hanging up. I need to look. Beside your bookcase, I said. I need to pull harder. And I peered behind the bookcase. I saw a telephone cord. I poked into the wall. And I saw something else stuck on the cord. With it is one arm curling around it. It is 5-arm purple plastic octopus. The case was solved. I reached and left the octopus. R.I.P. The octopus now had 4 arms, but octopus are long and curly. I said, that makes it easy for them to catch into something. That was clue. But didn't know it until I thought about Rosamond's mitt and I caught on a branch. It fell there. After he tossed it, it should be land on the ground. Then your octopus fell off back of your bookcase. It should have been land on the floor. That's where I looked, but never got it there because it's on uncut telephone cord. Hooray! Oliver said. Now we have the baseball practice. I will call the team. Oliver made his call. When I pushed the bookcase back, then Oliver and Sludge and I walked to the field. I made the great one up to a bat. I looked around the field. I saw first base, a tuna fish can. I saw second base, other full-arm octopus. Then I saw third base, a dog bone was there. In fact, his fan was third base. I guessed the bit. I made the great hope, but it strike out. 그리고 지금까지 Nate the Great and the Stolen Base였습니다. 이 책이 재밌었다면 구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요. 안녕!